A fighter for equal rights. President Barack Obama gave a speech in honor of educator and social activist Dr. Dorothy Height on April 29, 2010. He praised her. He recalled her life as a life that lifted other lives, a life that changed this country for the better over the course of nearly 1 century here on Earth. Below is a summary of that speech. Academic vocabulary. The word recall has the prefix "re", which means again. How does knowing that help us understand the definition of recall in this sentence? Progress came from the group effort of many generations of Americans, from preachers and lawyers and thinkers and doers. Men and women like Dr. Height took it upon themselves to change this country for the better. Often they did this at great risk. Well, Dr. Dorothy Height deserves this honor. She deserves a place in our history books. She also deserves a place of honor in America's memory. Look at the work she did. She desegregated the YWCA. She laid the foundation for integration on Wednesdays in Mississippi, lending pigs to poor farmers as a helpful source of income. She confided in civil rights leaders. She was often the only woman in the room. Height was like a Queen Esther to this Moses generation, even as she led the National Council of Negro Women with Vision and Class. Academic vocabulary. The word confide comes from the Latin root confidere, which means to trust. How does knowing the root help us understand the definition of confide? But we remember her not only for all she did during the civil rights movement. We remember her for all she did over a lifetime. We remember all she did behind the scenes so the movement would reach more people, to shine a light on stable families and close communities. Her perspective was that civil rights and women's rights were not separate struggles, but parts of a larger movement. This movement was to secure the rights of all humanity. It didn't matter what a person's gender, race, or ethnicity was. Make connections. How do President Obama's comments help us learn about Dr. Height as a person? Which comments in this paragraph are the most helpful? It's a clear record of good work. It is worthy of remembering, worthy of recognition. And yet, funny enough, year after year for many decades, Dr. Height went about her work quietly. She didn't need fanfare or self-promotion. She never cared about who got the credit. She didn't need to see her picture in the papers. She understood that the movement gathered strength from the bottom up. Some men and women don't always make it into the history books, but they always insisted on their dignity, their manhood and womanhood. She wasn't interested in credit. What she cared about was the cause of justice, the cause of equality, the cause of opportunity. Unlock the meaning of the text. Make connections. Make a chart with 2 columns. Label one column Life and label the other column Work. Fill in the chart with details from the text about Dr. Height's life and work. Academic vocabulary. The word perspective has 2 meanings. One deals with art and the other deals with how we see the world. Which meaning fits best in the 4th paragraph? What can we learn from the experiences of older generations? With a partner, talk about Dr. Height's experiences from the text. What did you learn about how life was different for Dr. Height's generation?